Speedruns, we're back for more, a lot more, Zelda 2 Randomizer. We have, again, Swiss round 4, digshake versus Alsoa, I think. Today we are going to be, I'm going to leave you with your commentators, Smitty. Is that correct? Or did I say it wrong?
That's correct.
Beautiful. So,
I said I can't hear you.
I'm seeing we have something on the restream. Looks like looks like an ad Monka S.
Hey Chroma, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, hey Chroma. Welcome.
Hi.
All right. So I'm gonna leave you with your commentators, and we'll be ready to start.
Welcome, Zelda 2 Randomizer fans. We have digshake versus Alsoa tonight. Battle of two very accomplished players, both at 2 and 1. digshake going with the Stalfos.
Oh, there we go.
Stalfos always looks pretty good. Get a nice view of the cat in the background. Always appreciate that. And I'm going to be eating my dinner. So I'm gonna turn a lot of this early game over to my co-com here, Schmitty.
I think I can handle that. What do you have?
Sounds good.
We got digshake and Alosa in a 2-1 matchup. The winner punches their ticket to the brackets. And we have digshake to thank for all the big swamp and big graveyards on our seeds. He's the creator of the randomizer, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank him for making the randomizer so that we can actually have something to do. Oh, digshake finding an early hint that Guma sits on a magic jar. So he knows that P5 has a magic container. And Alosa seems to be in an encounter. And also worth noting that Alosa was in last year's tournament as well and has made substantial improvement to their game. Seen a couple of their races in the tournament and looking very solid. digshake finds the right side of Jump Cave. And an extra life. Little digshake, as some people call him. Alosa finds Parappa Pass and decides to go through it. digshake takes life 2 during an encounter, and Alosa seems to have found a way north early on, and is immediately met by a red Dyra. digshake finds Raru, a couple of hint chances, and a free spell out of there. We'll see what it is in just a moment. I missed the town that Alosa jumped into, but it was probably not useful if he decided to bail. He finds Bagu's house in a random forest tile. That's nice. digshake finds the life spell in Raru, so not one of the required spells, but life is pretty nice to have sometime. And Alosa going into Saria, Watertown. There's a spell here that yeah, I think Alosa just might have just forgot. I've done that. Digshake's going through what looks like the right side of Fairy Cave, trying to find a way through. Has perhaps tapped out all of the options on the other side. Gets Tattoo, that's nice. I missed the spell that Alsoa got. Glanced away for just a moment. It was Reflect, thank you, Tracking. Digshake leveling up in Fairy Cave, not a bad idea. Early on in the seed, you want to get your levels up as efficiently as possible, so you don't have to do any serious farming. Digshake finds P4. Also finds one-sided jump cave. It looks like all three pass-throughs actually kind of lead to different places. There's a grass tile for Alsoa, and the medicine for Mito. That's a decent find. Unlocks a spell spot. Digshake finds P1 as well. He's about to get to the same grass tile. So Digshake's about a couple steps behind Alsoa right now. Oh, and a magic key. Did you look at that? Got the Roomba in the floor there that Alsoa just killed. Digshake's about to find his magic key. He picked up the medicine just a moment ago. So they're hand in hand. Alsoa's doing a little bit of fighting to level up a bit. Gets attack 2. Seems to be pretty linear so far. They took different pass-throughs to get to where they are, but they more or less ended up in the same place. Digshake taking life 3. And Alsoa's going into Rudo. I don't believe they have the trophy, so really this is a heal up and a hint. Unless they nabbed the trophy somewhere and I didn't see it. The hint was the trophy was in the east. We know they don't have that right now. And Digshake finds another extra life and gets hit for it for some reason. Had that happen a couple times, it's weird. Alsoa takes the same exact hit from the 1-up. That's interesting, isn't it? So here's where their paths are probably going to differ. It seems like Digshake's going back west, and Alsoa seems to be heading more south. Digshake's going into P1. That's not a bad play. With the magic key, Palace 1 is basically free. All of the obstacles are really just the enemies in the palace, and the key doors are covered. Alsoa's opting to get the spell from Mito, which might not be a bad idea. If it ends up being Jumper Fairy, downstab is right here. So, not a bad move. Digshake taking some aerial bombardment from that last room. Let's see what spell they get from Mito and the medicine. And it is Fairy, so you just might not be able to cast it. 58 is castable at Magic 1, so you just turn right around and go get downstab. That's a nice break for Alsoa. And Digshake takes the death there. I think he was trying to fight him through the door, but accidentally triggered the door and got himself hit. That's a tough break. he's gonna end up thrashing this Iron Knuckle on the second pass through. So Alsoa has down stab and fairy. Really only missing Thunder and the glove to really, be considered in full Palace Go mode. Well, digshake smashes through P1. So that's the Palace. I didn't see if he checked the item or not. So I might have missed that. Neither runner's picked up a health or magic container, so might just be skipping out on it. I'm not sure. Someone feel free to correct me if I just missed that. I'm pretty sure he would have checked the item. He's going in for turn into medicine. And he'll probably end up taking the same route as Alsoa did by... Oh, he found the hint that Alsoa didn't get about the hammer. Thank you, Justin Z. Digshake knows the hammer is in P4. And he's about to pick up his fairy spell, which is nice. Alsoa finds Raru. I like the Stalfos sprite that Digshake uses. It's good. The skeleton is always fun to see.
I completely agree with you.
Hey, there you are.
It's just a good-looking sprite.
It is. It's nice to see them actually winning the fight for a change.
So, Reflect Spell in hand. Fairy in hand. Magic Key.
Down stab for both.
And just over the 10-minute mark with Palace completed for Digshake.
Yep.
This has all the makings of a pretty fast seed, depending on where we get the glove, and if we have to do any backtracking for a lightning spell later on.
And where the raft is. Raft could potentially be in Death Mountain. There's a cross for Digshake. If the raft's in Death Mountain, that's just kind of drags things to the dirt.
Not always a guarantee that it destroys the seed. Sometimes they're able to navigate quite quickly.
That's true. But I know as a runner, the last place I want to go is randomized Death Mountain.
Agreed. And especially knowing that Hammer is buried inside of Palace 4. So we've seen Palace 1. What are the other palaces that have popped up so far?
We've seen Palace 4. Digshake's seen Palace 4.
Okay.
He just doesn't have the Reflect spell. Alsoa is in the region of where Palace 4 I think is, and I believe we'll actually just do Palace 4 once Alsoa gets there, 'cause has everything he needs to do Palace 4. Oh, Digshake found the raft.
Well, good news for Digshake. Death Mountain going to be passed by for the time being, and hopefully forever.
Those are my favorite kind of seeds. I always lose track of what's going on in there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Alsoa finds the raft as well. So we've only seen the 2 palaces. We've seen all 4 town entrances, I believe. The only missing one is the left side of Saria, which they didn't necessarily need. Although it might seem like a good idea now, since they're missing a part of the map, it looks like. We've seen 4 item caves and the grass tile.
Well, there was the left side of Saria, right on cue, right next to the right side.
Oh, so yeah, I think they've seen them all then. There's Magic Cave. It's hard to tell. Like Digshake's done the palace, but I still think they're right about even as far as like overall progression and knowledge.
Alice won a pretty quick trip. Doesn't necessarily set him apart too much, for sure.
Let's reflect for Dig.
Did you see how much it cost?
Reflect? I did not. Not for either runner, actually. The only one I really looked at was Fairy, when they got that to get downstab. Fairy was castable at Magic 1, which is rare.
Yeah, that's nice for them. They do have the any key also, so it's not as urgent to get the magic up, except if they want to go through and do Palace 4. I did just see a hammer-blocked cave, so an item there might be a good reason to try to get through all of Palace 4, pick up the hammer. We'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah, I found that a lot of times in 4, I just come across the item through progression.
Thanks,
anyway.
Justin.
So.
100 for Reflect looks like, thank you.
Thanks, Justin Z. That's expensive for Reflect, too.
Not unheard of at low levels. You usually do have to work up a little bit to feel comfortable going into Palace 4.
And those MOAs are just relentless. But at least they're not invisible. I think, I firmly believe that invisible MOAs just straight up cheat. They don't follow even their own rules.
I would not be surprised. A Palace 5. Early Palace 5 dive for Digshake.
Going to 5. There's a hint about the item here being a magic jar. Which I believe means magic container. When it says magic jar, it says red jar if it means like a red jar.
I believe that is correct. With as large as Palace 5 is, I wonder if Digshake will opt just to try to find Guma and bypass the item.
Yeah,
it's always
knowing
possible that in your search for Guma, you have to make a few left turns and one of them ends up taking you to the item room.
Yeah.
But I doubt he'll actively seek it.
I think over the course of a seed, you can skip 2 or 3 magic containers and be alright most of the time.
No doubt.
Well, that was a 1,000-point P-bag for Digshake.
Here we go. I was gonna say earlier, it seemed like a fairly low XP seed overall, especially looking at Alsoa's levels over there. But 1,000-point P-bag could make a pretty significant difference pretty fast.
Oh yeah. That also means there's a high probability of 1,000-point P-bags being on nature tiles on the eastern continent.
That is true.
I look for those if I can find them, but I've only ever had like 1 seed with that P-bags that big.
Yeah, I think it's much more common to get somewhere in the 500 to 700 range. And right on cue, Alsoa picks up one of those 1,000 P-bags, but can't cash it in before dying. Oh no, it is calculating.
Still got credit for it. That's good.
Very fortunate there. I thought the death happened quickly enough that it didn't quite register.
That was a huge level jump for Alsoa there. Off of that 1,000-point bag. Digshake's making quick work of P5. Downstab is getting him over just about everything. Downstab is probably the most overpowered ability in the game. Overall.
It makes a huge difference when you can suddenly attack enemies without stopping just by pounding on them. And then being able to do the jackhammer in little corridors like this, especially when you have the Magos and blue iron knuckles in the way, just totally changes your ability to navigate these palaces.
Yeah, blue iron knuckles are suddenly not just straight up walls anymore. It does change how you can just go through just about anything you want to. And once you learn to use downstab really well, it's kind of crazy some of the things you can get away with, really.
Also, finding either 3 or 6 here in Maze Island.
Oh, that's one of the drops, though. P-bag, it's a 1,000-point P-bag.
Normally you don't enjoy seeing the P-bags as the item too much in these rooms, but 1,000 points is 1,000 points.
Yeah, especially when your levels are still relatively low. 'Cause everything on Maze Island hurts. If you have to walk any of those tiles and you start taking hits, like everything hurts. You'll take everything you can get.
It can be brutal sometimes, even on life 5 or so.
Well, them, the blue Lizalfos, they can still two-shot you at like life 6 even.
Yeah.
If it's rolled, if the seed rolls that hard. I've seen it. It's like, oh, I'll be fine, I can just jump over him.
Speaking of two-shot, Alsoa took about half of his damage from one hit from the red iron knuckle there. And it does look like he's glove blocked here in 6.
Ouch.
At least in the... yeah, he's gonna have to up and A out of here.
He's going for the level.
I see.
Honestly, attack 4, it... oh, that hurts. No game over, though, so you try again.
He'll be okay. There's an example of that down stab right there for Digshake. Getting right through the iron knuckle, using it. And life spell coming in handy early. If you gotta make a dive in the P5, not a bad thing to have.
Yeah, no kidding. And the shield spell too, I believe they both have. Don't they? No, I don't think so. That was the last seed. See, I have a little bit of seed poisoning tracking the last seed. 2 seeds. I would strongly recommend that Alosa find a different enemy or a different set of enemies to do this with. This is just a bad situation now.
Yeah, the mangoes aren't helping. Whoa, okay, Digshake's taking a little break here. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Digshake is paused in 4. And Alosa ends up taking the game over. Ouch. Dig is being
there's that
called away.
1,000 P bag. Burned up.
Light says Dig had to step away for a moment, so I will take that on good authority.
And hopefully that means it is just a small temporary thing. We'll be back into the race.
Yeah, speaking of getting two-shot, it happened to Alsoa there.
Right there, yeah.
Alsoa.
Colors of
Sorry, Alsoa. Yeah, you get hit twice, and suddenly, you know, bam, you're just dead. If you don't have downstab, those blue, like if it's blue on the eastern continent, it's basically a wall.
It can be
Max
pretty
is
rough.
2. Ooh. The hover and coffee grinder got Alsoa there. And that one hurt. That was like 2.5 bars on that hit.
Yeah, I feel like those levers always do serious damage, even at higher levels.
And when they're just hovering like in the air like that, like they're not supposed to be.
I hate it when they're hiding behind the structures that you would never expect them to be in, and then they just pop out. Nice key drops.
Like they have the magic key.
Oh yeah. Been a long day.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But like the grass on the grass tiles when levers pop out of there. Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
You never see him coming, and then suddenly it's like you see the very top of him stick out from the top of the grass, and it's too late. Hey,
This is a
fan.
2-1 race, yes.
Yeah, the winner punches their ticket into brackets. And the loser will have to put it on the line in the 2 and 2. Digshake apparently had to step away for a moment. He should be back.
Our previous race between Nirm and Light was a good race. They both made a few different choices, and we had trouble identifying anything that was necessarily a poor choice. It was just different choices and slightly different results.
Yep. And that GP wasn't helping anybody.
No, it was not. It was really awful. So that's the theme of the day. Hopefully they make up for it in this seed with a reasonable GP.
So Alsoa is making a lot of exploration progress while Dig is away. At this point, I think we can probably say that Dig's behind now, even with the palace done. Just on knowledge. But you never know. Rando likes to do rando stuff.
It's true, there could be one item, maybe the glove or something else, that ends up making all the difference in the seed.
Oh, Dig's back. And Digshake's probably going to be on a mission for a little while, since, you know, you hate to get up in the middle of a race.
Yeah, and looks like is going back to find the hammer, having found the boss room. Is that correct?
I believe so. Gonna find it over here. Might be just trying to get this level. I don't know.
We got the fire spell. Always that potential linkage. It's Zelda. I'm sorry.
Hey, it works. Oof. Concussion syndrome for Digshake. taking headshots from the fallen blocks.
Ouch. Well, we do have MOAs showing up in some of these random encounters, so nice to get that cross early when you're going to have to confront that.
Yeah, I mean, not having the cross for how many MOAs we've seen, that would kind of suck. Wow, even the
So
bats are
close to
hitting
that
him
level.
hard.
Yeah, Life 3 is really tricky level to be trying to plunge out the eastern continent with.
I think that was all he wanted.
Yeah, digshake taken Life 4, which should make a difference.
Alsoa's going into Valley of Death here. Kind of
Oh,
risky.
my
We haven't seen GP.
I had forgotten that it was Palace 5 that digshake was on. That purple threw me a bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is in 5. I thought for
So-
some reason I was thinking he was in 4. Sorry, he is in 5 because he didn't want to dig the item out of here because he knew it was just a magic container.
That's
and
right.
He could
That's
skip a substantial portion of 5, maybe, and he did. I'm gonna fight Guma with, attack 3 and life 4. And no shield. Like, wow, dude.
Ooh, okay, good choice to take life level 4 because he's hanging on with like 1 or 2 hit points there.
Yeah, he would have been one shot at life 3.
Oh, and that's the risk you take when you go for the early 5. That hurts. You can see the frustration visibly there for digshake.
Yeah, but at least now he knows like exactly where Guma is when he comes back.
That's right.
Maybe he did have that pretty long break, but he'll remember exactly how to get to Guma. So
Yeah, he's an experienced player. I don't think he has anything to worry about there.
he created this misery for us.
Magic container is the item in is this Palace 3? I believe it was Palace 3.
Is it 3?
Also
yeah, it's definitely 3. Okay. Dig's in a very cool blue palace. I missed which one it was. It looks like 4.
That is definitely 4. Yeah, I really like that color. That's nice.
Is that like a cobalt? Maybe.
A little bit. Cobalt tends to be a little darker, but it's definitely in the same range.
I really like that color though. The color palette he put in for this thing is really impressive. It's hard to say if I've ever seen like exactly the same color twice. I've played this a lot.
Yeah.
So Alsoa is fighting Rebo. Gonna do the left side trick.
Yeah, on these lower levels, why risk doing it otherwise? You end up spending a lot of time hitting him across the screen, trying to reset him. That's definitely the most efficient way to go about it. Good XP from Rebo there.
Yeah, almost got another level. He's gonna back out. I wouldn't take that either. A 10-point gem would kind of make me sad.
Man, almost gets it with the bot.
Oh. And Digshake knocks down Karok. But he hasn't found the item yet.
Ooh, Life 3 strikes again for Alsoa.
Yeah, man.
There we go. And go for attack 5.
Not a bad choice. Digshake's gonna dig the item out of 4. It's the hammer. So...
And that could pay off big for him. There was at least one hammer block cave in the west.
Trails, there are 1,000-point bags dropping in this one.
We haven't seen many, though.
No, they're still in the overworld. But we've seen, I think one for each player from a enemy drop so far. So Digshake's gonna try and pull the hammer out of B4 here. And really that's just a matter of going through the progressions until you find the right room. Alsoa's coming out of P3 in VOD, the Valley of Death, which has some pretty generous forest tiles to work with on the encounter skips, so that helps. Oh, I think Digshake's found the item room.
There's one of those walls.
He's got attack 4 now.
And that's going to make a difference for him, for sure. Yeah, that's another benefit of downstab that I hadn't really considered. Also, you can just jump right over anything without worrying about taking damage from him. Gets the hammer, gets out.
Yep. Hammer's a nice find. It let him open the hammer block caves and might open New Kasuto because we haven't seen it yet in the open world.
That is true. Here's one of those guaranteed item caves.
And it's boots. So the boots were hammer blocked. That's very interesting. Usually when something's hammer blocked on these seeds, it ends up being like a heart container or an extra life.
Yeah, they like to trick you into going on a big item quest. So that could be a pretty big difference maker for Digshake exploring the east.
Yeah, having the boots is it makes a substantial difference. Although I still think the boots should let you move full speed on Swamp.
That is a great idea.
I'll always make that complaint.
Well, we've got the beta testing for 4.0 of the randomizer going on right now. Maybe 5.0?
Hey, never know. That would make the boots like, you know, a really good item.
Yeah, Digshake just picked up the boots with his newly found hammer.
Oh, we got a flute for Alsoa.
Well, not always a high percentage chance that the flute will be required. That the 3-eye rock is the main thing you're looking for with the flute.
Yeah, and I call it the off river devil because it's pretty rare when the river devil actually does get involved in things. Even then, there's usually a pass through you can take to get around him, you know. Still no glove, though. That's means they have to keep digging items out of every palace they find.
So a few items now that could be difference makers in the seed. We've got the hammer and the boots with them for Digshake. the flute for Alsoa. And potentially whoever finds this glove first, New Kasuto could be a potential resting place for it.
Yeah. I think that's where Alsoa is now. Does not have the spell, but this, it might be here. Oh, it's Thunder. So Alsoa picks up Thunder out of New Kasuto. But still cannot access either of the New Kasuto items, either from the spell or from the old lady. Checks the wall for a hint. I always like that hint spot. I didn't see how many magic containers she was asking for, but I don't believe she let him in. So we might need 1 or 2 more. Looks like Digshake is back in P5. She asked for 6 magic containers, thanks Trails. 1 more, and look at that cool blue palace that he's in. Is that P6? I didn't see the top of the pillars. Looks like P2. Chat confirms it's P2, and that room confirms to me that it's P2, okay. I just saw the MOA, I was wondering. Ooh, that's brutal. Digshake kills the blue iron knuckle with the double jackhammer and gets shot by a butthole fish on his way down. That's just cruel. This room's giving him a little bit of the business. The Alsoa is heading towards a potential item here in P2. I'm not sure how Digshake got up there, but he got up there. So really all Alsoa needs right now, here's round 2 with Guma for Digshake. All Alsoa needs right now is the glove. Yep, Schmitty on comms. And I missed what Alsoa picked up. Darn it. Oh, it was the glove, see? We got the glove in P2 and he's ready to rock and roll. Doesn't have the boots, but might not need them. Yeah, I was kind of entranced watching Digshake's Guma fight. Guma with life 4 and 4 heart containers is pretty harrowing. Doing a good job. Ooh. Got him. Very nice. Yeah, that jump, dude. That jump over the mace, that was excellent. Way to go, way to go, Digshake. With the pretty swag Guma kill. Nice and steady. It's a difficult set of stats to Guma with, he got him. He decides to up A and save, which will take him back to North Palace. Last life, too. Darn, that was clutch. That's 3 bosses down for Digshake now. Alsoa has just the 1, but Alsoa has a pretty significant item advantage and is about to fight Buckethead. makes short work of him. Alsoa finishes P2. Yep, Alsoa's full on go. Now has attack 6. Trying to do the gem abuse strats to get levels up. Digshake appears to be going into Death Mountain with the hammer. But since we know that the glove is in Palace 2, this may not be the best idea for him. Alsoa's gonna up an A. Probably finding GP down there, which is the last palace left to find, deciding not to walk it. Might just be ready to push down all the palaces and call it a night. It's entirely possible. It is a good reason to take a peek inside. It's just kind of unfortunate that we know that what he's looking for is not going to be here. Although you never know, it might be. It could be double magic container, which will really give him a magic container edge, having skipped the 1 and 5. Yeah, that Death Mountain looked like looked no fun. It looked very broken up. Some Death Mountains are easy to dig. Sometimes it's nice and wide open, you get all the checks. The glove is in Palace 2. Yeah, Digshake's a very veteran runner and the creator of the randomizer, so he kind of knows when the jig is up, you know, pulls the plug on that. Sure thing, CD improv. Alsoa seems to be heading towards the palaces in the west. I'm sorry. And Digshake finding GP. Oh, well, Digshake finds Risen Cave. This is an item cave. What's Digshake gonna find here? A max, high max, and a magic container. I'm sure he'll welcome that, only having the bare minimum up to that point. If I'm gonna get something that isn't a key item, I'll certainly take a magic container. Alsoa is continuing to dig around. Digshake, I believe, is looking for some palace. It wouldn't surprise me if both runners are looking for some palace. Alsoa tucks into P4. I don't know if Alsoa got the hammer hint about P4, but may just elect to not dig the item here unless it's in the way. And we know that the hammer leads to the boots. the boots are nice. That might not be necessary for him. In the meantime, Digshake is in P2. Taking a right skeleton beating. Alsoa is attempting to find the right-hand dead ends in P4. There's 5 of them, and you're basically rolling the dice. You get Karok, you get one of the 3 dead ends, or do you get the item room? And Alsoa finds Karok at the end of this one. Decides to tuck into the corner and hide, but Karok's not having none of that, huh? Spits him back out. He's gonna have to cast Reflect and try again. Hopefully Karok will be a little less of a jerk the second time through, but it doesn't look that way. Man. This Karok looks mad. Digshake finds the glove. Digshake is in full Digshake. Well, not quite. Digshake still needs the Thunder Spell unless I missed that pickup. And it's entirely possible I missed stuff. Karok gets Alsoa again. This Karok ain't playing, huh? Come on, 3rd time's a charm. I'd say 90 minutes would be a good estimate. Maybe more, maybe less. Oh, down goes Karok. Well, you never know. GP might GP. I don't know what it is about these flags, but these flags spit out some terrible GPs, man. Alsoa knows that the hammer is here. Probably got the hint. Might be a draw, you know. Might also be, yeah, overflowing the gem. That looks more reasonable. Yeah, Alsoa doesn't know that the hammer leads to the boots. The hammer's value is not very high to Alsoa right now. Probably gonna skip it. Digshake's already done all that and has the boots, and that might actually be important getting back to GP later on. Oh, hammer's definitely not required, but the boots are in a hammer-blocked cave, and GP is right next to a river. The hammer is in P4. So it's possible that Digshake having the boots could become an advantage. It really depends. I didn't see what the exact route to that GP was. All I know is that it's by water, which makes it a much easier trip for Digshake having the boots to get to GP. And with the Eastern Continent being kind of broken up a little bit, I'm not really sure. It might serve to give Digshake a little bit of time, at least on the trip to GP. Yeah, Alosa's doing the gem abuse leveling, which, you know, it's good. It really makes the end game a lot easier when you have Attack 8, you know? Alright, Digshake found Buckethead. Takes him down fairly easily. So that'll be P2. And Alosa just barely hitting that jump. You know, with the skin of the toenail style. This is one of those jumps that can get to be a little sketchy sometimes. It's pretty tight when you don't have the jump spell. But it looks like Alosa's going to dig up the hammer. Digshake finds new Kasuto. Just totally bypasses the woman. Did Digshake get the glove? We got a hammer for Alsoa. Thunder spell for Digshake. And it looks like Alsoa is going to go into P1. He has the glove already. And he is ready to rock and roll. Yeah, probably not. I would say not. Digshake has 2 palaces left. Unfortunately, one of them is P6. And P6 can be a sideways adventure some days. Let's hope not this time. Alsoa also has P6, but in addition to that, still has to go through P5. Oh, we'll see. I've learned to never count my coins before GP's over, because these completely random non-Euclidean GPs that completely defy normal physics and thought process are quite baffling sometimes. I didn't see the River Devil. Was it a good comedy? Hanging out in a corner somewhere? River Devil style? Blocks a single tile, nice. This is my road. Alsoa clobbers Horsehead. Maze Island was not boot blocked, I don't believe. But it might be. I am watching 2 different screens at once, so I'm kind of missing half of each game. There's a long river wrapping around it, so it might be boots blocked. Alsoa might have to go find the boots in order to find P6. Alsoa was on Maze Island? Okay. maybe found their way through. There's a pea bag there. Alsoa's done with P1. Both runners have 2 palaces left. Digshake ends up taking an unfortunate bath there. Probably just needed magic. Pea bag and medicine cave. Oh, one of the 2 hammer blocks is useless. The other one is pretty good. Digshake battling on. P6 doing P6 things. And the main difficulties of the last 2 palaces, like P5 is just huge. There's a lot of rooms. And a lot of overall... Oh, there's the boots for Alsoa. P5 just has a lot of rooms, and by sheer size, you know, it can very quickly turn into an ordeal. P6 really isn't all that big, but it can generate a lot of very strange loops that can throw you off. And Great Palace kind of does both of those things times 10. That's all good, Tres. The more input I have, the better. Because, like I said, I'm missing like half of each game, looking back and forth. Looks like Alsoa's into P5. Gonna take on Guma in short order here. With attack 7 might not have the difficulty that Digshake did, but with just, you know, life 4, still gonna be 2-shot. If Guma hits him twice, it's gonna be over. This Guma was hitting Digshake mighty hard with life 4. I think it almost 1-shot him with life 4 and 4 health bars, so gonna have to be careful in this fight. There's one of the strange loops in P6 I was talking about. You swear you see the same room twice, and turns out it's just 2 different copies of the room. That happens a lot in GP too. There's like 2 or 3 repeats of several different rooms. That gets me confused. Sometime I'll see another copy of a room I was in like 2 or 3 rooms ago. Suddenly I think I'm going in circles and I'm not. Or convince myself that I'm not going in circles and I actually am. Oh, Digshake finds another Rebo. Second sort of mini boss fight here. Just gonna do the hang on the left wall strat and bounce on his head. Smart. Nothing wrong with the wall strats, it gets the job done. Holy 500 point Magos for Alsoa. Digshake finds Barba. I like the little fire dragon. Digshake having a pretty solid Barba fight here so far, while Alsoa continues through P5. Not having jump, being unable to take a hit, you know, getting off a lot of offense here without taking any damage, so. Down to 1 health bar. Of course, he decides to appear over there. Finishes the job. Barba goes down. Digshake will be down to 1 palace left here. Just P3. I'll be heading straight there. Alsoa is really getting down on the 500-point Magos in P5. Digshake now with Magic 6. It's gonna head pretty much straight for his objective here, which would be P3. Trails finally got off work. I'll catch you later, buddy. Thanks for hanging out. Digshake finds a heart container at long last. You catch that in the synchronizing? Oh. Alsoa is in what I typically call the Palace 5 suicide room when you have down stab in the glove. Because that's usually what I do while I'm here. And it finds a 1,000-point P-bag again. Nice. I like those drops. Oh, it takes a death though. Has 2 lives left to get through the palace. Currently has all the EXP they need. Digshake finds old Kasuto, just bounces off. And Alsoa's into Guma here. See how this fight goes for him. Oh, wow. Flipped him once and it was over there. That was pretty rough. Cast the shield spell via fire. It's going to allow him to take 3 hits on a full life bar plus the life cast. So he's got a little bit of breathing room with attack 7. Can take it nice and easy. Digshake's trying to fairy feet through VOD, heading to P3. Down goes Guma for Alsoa. Gonna get a big attack level here, or several smaller levels. Could also be possible. I like how the Stalfos kind of looks like it's skating across the ground really fast. Such a good sprite. So with Guma dead, Alsoa's next target is P6. Digshake has made it into P3, and the race, the GP is kind of on here. Digshake seems to be a little bit ahead. That can change in a split. Fortunately for Digshake, Palace 3 is very straightforward, even in Rando, because it doesn't have a whole lot of rooms, and the rooms it does have, everything pretty much heads to the right. And where Palace 4 has 5 potential, answers heading to the right, Palace 3 only has 3, and one of them's the blue outdoor room, and the other 2 are the item and the boss. So there's really not a whole lot of deviation in 3. Not much to really think about. It's not the same for P5 and P6. So might give Digshake the ability to get into GP first, maybe? Now there's the blue outdoor room I was speaking of. The only room outside within a palace that isn't one of the rooms that Digshake's in where you come in. It's the kind of room I would have in my own palace. I need a place to go outside and chill. Digshake hitting the jump up. Finds the item room, I believe. It's the 4-tile jump across. And he knows that eventually it has to take him to a right. So there's one left. And it'll be the boss. Alsoa finds the item Rebanak, I believe. Looks like they might end up pulling the item out of P6 after all. Digshake, on the other hand, has found Rebo, the P3 boss. Nice. Wall ride there. Yeah, not a lot of life for magic containers. We know one of them's in P5, which neither runner got. Alsoa has completed Palace 5. And they also, I believe, skipped the item there. Digshake is now on the way to Great Palace. And Alsoa is on the hunt for Barba to eventually go to Great Palace. And Alsoa's been carefully manipulating their EXP to where they now have Attack 8. And getting this level will give them probably like Magic 7 and Life 5, because they'll have something like 8,000 EXP to play with, so... Well done for them. The game doesn't always let us do that, but sometimes you can get it. Alsoa finds the Rebo lookalike room that I always confuse for the boss fight, or the mini-boss fight. And here's the river I was talking about that is by where GP is, that makes it a lot easier to get to, that I was brought up the boost for. And Digshake is in GP Curtain Rise at 1:11:59, I believe, or thereabouts. So a good time getting into GP for Digshake. Get that epic music. And Alsoa is still on the hunt for Barba. Yeah, pretty good considering he stepped away for a couple of minutes. He's been really on a roll since then. Alright, looks like Alsoa found that second Rebo. Should be right by Barba after this. Whoa, Kingbot for Digshake. Very quick kill on that Rebo for Alsoa. Not that far behind. Two-shot him? Very good. Alsoa is expecting Barba to be on the left. Barba's coming up on the right. More fire-breathing dragons. Now in the FDS version of this game, this Barba roars, and it's interesting. Sounds kind of derpy. Become an emote and kind of a meme. So Barba's done. And the sprite is goofy. Yeah, looks like a stiff neck Barba. What did I used to call it? Barba's stiff neck cousin, I think it was. So now Alsoa is also on the way to GP. Digshake has found the Eon drop and is forced into it by a dead end to the right. Drops him into the top of the L7. Darbob. The top of the L7 leads to the bottom of the L7. It's always fun when that happens. Drops into one of the occupied rooms. There's a forced right, and in GP, like in general, you want to keep going to the right because the correct answer is going to be heading that direction. Sometimes you don't always have that choice. Got one of these anchor rooms here. We'll see where it leads. Another drop. Is he gonna take it? Alsoa cleans up on the levels. Ends up at 875. Very well done. Those are solid levels. Digshake's levels are rather evil. He decides to go back to the Jackamus room. He's gonna head down the elevator instead to see what his other choices are. He seems to be, he seems to have the same aversion to drops that I do. Not always a fan of the drops. Alsoa is already in GP now. Power of the boots. Shredder approves of Digshake's levels. Finds a dead end. So he might have to actually take that drop. We're gonna find out. Meanwhile, Alsoa is making their way through an anchor room. Getting chased by a 0 health orange death bird knight. I believe those are called Fokas or Fokaroo, one or the other. Aptly named. Digshake into another birdcage room. And he's got a spicy chicken on the other side here, spitting fireballs at him. Looking to be extra spicy. Alsoa's in another birdcage, but yeah, that one's different. It's the one with the Kingbot that Digshake was in earlier. And Alsoa finds the Jackamus room, so they are getting pretty close to each other. Oh, just enough health for Alsoa to cast life and barely gets past that extra spicy chicken. A very near-death experience there for Alsoa. Digshake up in A's. He's thinking about what he knows. Alsoa has found the Eon drop. Decides to just take it without checking. He's He's gonna go from the top of the L7 to the bottom. And for all intents and purposes, Alsoa might now be in the lead, because I believe this is the right way. Digshake finds a paperclip room. I could be proven wrong at any second, because that's the nature of Great Palace. They both have to deal with some annoying bubbles flying around. Digshake's got those golden raw heads that are just merciless sometimes. But here's the drop that Digshake noped out of, I believe. No, it can't be. Is this a dropping into a loop here? Digshake has found Thunderbird. And Alsoa has just found the dirty loop that this GP created. That's crazy. I thought that might have been the right way. I would have been totally wrong. You see, this is why I'm not winning races right now. Kappa. Digshake can only cast Thunder, which makes this a very dangerous fight. This is where the pain of not having any magic containers is going to come in. You're going to have to take this nice and slow. Because you really don't want to get hit by Thunderbird. Digshake does a very nice job managing the pendulum there. Gets the Thunderbird down. So any moment now. And there is an immediate drop after Thunderbird. He doesn't have upstab, so he's going to have to do it this way. And he also has to deal with this red bird knight. Digshake has 1 life left. Yeah, might just want to take the fairy cast and go up that way. Yeah. Digshake drops into what I believe is the Trails room. Decides to go right. Which leads him to an anchor. I believe that's the 3rd different anchor room we've seen. He goes up and checks a paperclip. He's going to take this first right. There seems to be a lot of choices after this Thunderbird. Alsoa has found Thunderbird, so the race is on here. Man, that Thunderbird looks like he's hitting hard too. Might be too little too late though. Digshake has found the Dark Link. It's not over yet, folks. Hold your breath. Should be okay. Digshake is very good at this, but... yeah, Skeleton just too strong. Oh, he got him. Get out your GGs for Digshake, folks. Gets the win. 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 29 seconds. Picks up the win in spite of having to step away for a couple of minutes, which is very impressive. Congrats to Digshake. And also congrats to Alsoa, who ran a very competitive race. Yeah, 1 more hit would have been game over. I believe Digshake was on their last life. So, very clutch closeout there. Alsoa is fighting Thunderbird in a very different way. And that's a game over. Oh, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
GG's.
Thanks, yeah. Felt kind of bad, but I'll take the win.
Hey, you did everything right through the middle game, that's for sure.
I guess I got lucky in the Eastern continent, because my Western continent felt like a dumpster. Honestly.
Well, up until, like, at the point where you had to step away, you were pretty much ahead. You'd done a palace that Alsoa hadn't done, and you had more knowledge. But after that, like, you were about 4 or 5 minutes behind, and once you started actually doing palaces, you ran away with it. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I found that cave to Palace 2, and then that had the glove, and the Thunder Spell was right next door. So it was like everything that I needed, I just kind of stumbled upon, and I didn't realize until after I got both of those things, like that was an enclosed little valley that you could only get to through that cave, it looked like, so.
Yeah, it was a nice grab. You also got the boots a lot sooner than Alsoa did, which didn't really matter too much until the very end when your path back to GP became that much, more clear for you.
Oh yeah, it didn't seem like they were required as far as I can tell.
No, it made the trip back for you a lot shorter than it would have been had you not, had them and knew the route back.
Yeah.
Because he had to take his route from Maze Island to get into GP, and he got in, I believe, 4 minutes after you did.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's on T-Bird right now.
Well, between game overing to Guma the first time and having to go check on my 3-month-old baby for however long that was, I thought I was pretty much lost cause, so I'm pleasantly surprised.
You really made up a lot of time with really good choices. It was fun to watch. Your kill on Guma was really clutch. Had us all kind of at the edge of our seat.
Yeah, my heart was beating real fast after that one.
So you punched your ticket to brackets, I believe.
Yeah, that's cool. I was a little worried I wasn't going to make it for a second, but...
Well, you've been at work with the randomizer the last couple of months, so we appreciate all the hard work you've put in.
Yeah, for sure. There'll be some exciting stuff coming everybody's way here once this tournament wraps. So
that's what I've been hearing. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Do you have any thoughts on the seed? Anything that stuck out in particular?
I'm kind of debating whether clearing 4 and 5 early like I did was the right play or not. I was debating it a lot at the time, and now in hindsight, I almost kind of think that maybe it wasn't. So I don't know. That was the big question of the seed for me. The rest of it felt like by the time I got there, I didn't really have many decisions to make. So yeah. I might be interested to go back and see how Alsoa did it if he didn't do 4 and 5 early like I did. See how that turned out.
It seems like a lot of Alsoa's difficulty came mostly... You really took the lead and pulled ahead when he had to go into P5, and you had already been there and ran through it. So... Your early run through a P5 kind of swung it when he had to actually go through and dig through there. So, I thought it was a good choice, especially when you pulled the boots out of it. I always like getting the boots on these seeds.
Yeah, for sure.
Was there anyone here?
I'm sorry.
Thanks for the race. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks. I'm exhausted. I gotta get to bed. Thanks for calling it, though. I appreciate you stepping in on comms.
Sure thing, man. And you have a good night. Enjoy the ticket to brackets, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks. See ya.
That was our winner, Digshake. Alsoa, I believe, is finally past T-Bird. And that was a pretty nasty T-Bird, not gonna lie. Hitting like a truck, even with life 5, you know. We will hang out. We'll go through it. Because you know what? This has been a pretty fun race day for me. I got to track 2 races and call this one. We can hang out for a little while and see how it ends. Give Alsoa our cheers. Past T-Bird. Only looking for that one Dark Link. So Alsoa will have to come back next week and put it all on the line in the 2-2 group. Their tournament is not yet over. Digshake will be more or less playing for seeding. You do want to win your 3-in-1 race because just do. Ooh, like a bad hit from the bot there. And this GP is pretty nasty, folks. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I don't have to imagine it light. I just went through it, man. This has been my night. It's been fun. I'm good with this. So Alsoa is going to find Dark Link any moment now, and the beating that Alsoa puts on Dark Link will be epic. We're all going to cheer. Hey, Game Boy. Now the race was pretty competitive. Both runners entered GP at similar times, like about 4 minutes apart. Alsoa has found Dark Link, but no lives, so taking all precautions. I don't blame him. Casting shield. Here it goes. 8 hits. There's 1. The impenetrable corner defense up to 4 hits now. There's 6, 7. 1 more, there it is. Get your GGs out. Alsoa finishes the run. 1 hour, 31 minutes, 23 seconds. Does not win today. Is not gone from the tournament. Still 2-2 with a chance next week. See if they want to come in for an interview. Oh, they're already in for an interview. Hey, how's it going, Alsoa?
Pretty good. I have a theory as to where I lost that race, and then GP happened.
So, what's your theory? I'm interested.
Boot search.
Sorry? Boots?
The search for the boots cost me so much time that... I mean, my GP wasn't stellar to begin with, so GP might have made that irrelevant, but I think brute search cost me a lot of time for ultimately just saving, what, maybe 30 seconds?
Yeah. About the time you were getting the hammer, if the only question if you hadn't gotten the boots would have been how you were going to get to GP without using the river. And you were kind of even around then. You were maybe a minute and a half or so behind. Digshake also had to, step out for a minute. I guess had a child issue, so overcame that as well. But Digshake made a lot of really, really interesting choices that all paid off on this seed. Had the boots really early and just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, probably the start of the seed going so wrong was choosing not to look for the third palace on the west early. Because if I had seen 4 early, I would have grabbed the hammer out of there. Maybe not beaten it right away, but definitely grabbed the hammer, and I would have had those boots, and that would have helped a ton.
Well, yeah, I was thinking early on that like digshake saw 4 in the bottom corner, so we knew it was down there. And you had the magic key and reflect. And I was just thinking if he comes across 4 in the west, he's probably gonna do 4 and get the hammer.
That was just a big routing mistake on my part, and it's evidenced by the time difference.
Yeah, but you still ran a really solid race. I mean, you were hanging in there. You were only 4 minutes behind going into GP in spite of everything. So.
Yeah, like honestly, outside of my GP, I don't think I played the seed poorly. GP, I had some issues with Thunderbird not wanting to cooperate and not having upstab.
Yeah,
which I was very nervous about that.
You both had the same issue with upstab in that one room where you needed to jump, but digshake didn't have jump, so he had to actually break all the blocks. You just took a death abuse and kind of jumped up there with jump spell.
I forgot that invisible hole existed. I was getting ready to break all the blocks.
He jumped up there and like, oh, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Aside from that, was there anything about the seed that particularly stood out to you?
Vanilla Glove was great. Because I was expecting to go into 2 to get like another P bag with the other like 5 I'd gotten, and figured, all right, this is going to be garbage. Oh, there's a glove.
Yeah, there's a glove.
This is also the least amount of magic and heart containers I've had beating a seed in a very long time, especially magic containers.
Yeah, we only knew where one other magic container was, and that was P5 from a hint.
There was a second one somewhere, probably on the west. Because I remember getting it and saying, oh, I can cast fairy now, and then immediately went to go get down stab.
Yeah. It was pretty tight with the HP and magic containers. I think you both had the same. I believe it was 5 magic containers and either 5 or 6 heart containers. I think digshake found 6 heart containers. I'm not 100% certain on that, but it was pretty lean, the whole seed. And you were playing the experience game, building up attack 8, so that may have compounded your issues a little bit.
It could have.
But I think having attack 8 saved you more time than it lost overall.
So the mistake I made with my leveling was I did 1 before 5. If I had done 5 first, I would have been able to magic dump out of 1 and then go through 6 and probably take like life 6 and maybe life 7 out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because usually I like to magic dump on a very expensive level. And when I saw that attack 7 was 4,000, I'm like, I'll just wait for attack 8. Saw attack 8 was 7,300. I'm like, I mean, all these rolled down, so I'll just wait to magic dump as late as possible, and that's how I got to the 875.
Yeah.
If I had had a little bit more, if I had had enough magic to cast life during the Thunderbird fight, that would have been much better. But what can you do besides wibble wobble?
Yeah, or even like enough magic to cast reflect instead of shield.
I did have reflect on.
Be able to move. Oh, you did?
I had exactly enough magic to do shield, reflect, and thunder.
Oh, good. Very nice. I didn't catch that. Yeah, reflect is very powerful against Thunderbird.
Yep. But with him doing 4 hearts of damage, going in shieldless would have been interesting.
Crazy.
Also, Rip the Kid. He will remain in Palace 6 for the rest of time.
Yeah. Yeah, no joke. Oh. But yeah, aside from that GP, like the seed, the seed ran pretty well for you. There was the 1 or 2 mistakes, but you know, you're not out of the tournament yet. You still got next week's 2 and 2s, you know?
Yep. If I make brackets, I make brackets. If I don't, I don't. Overall, I don't think I've performed poorly in the tournament as far as combat goes. I think I've actually performed better than I was expecting. I've just been having some routing issues that I really need to figure out what... I need to better learn the routing of this, because I'm finding that the routing issues are getting more than the combat anymore.
Yeah, I did mention earlier that compared to last year, at least from what I remember, you've made substantial improvements to your game. So, you know, congrats on getting so much stronger over the year.
Thank you.
Probably have a better shot at making brackets than I do, for sure. So,
one way to find out. See what next week's matchups are. But yeah, thank you to everybody that was helping out with the restream, the commentary team, the tracking team, everybody at ZSR. And with that, I'm going to step out.
All right, man. Thanks for running the race. Better luck next week. Hopefully we'll see you in the brackets.
Hopefully. Thanks again.
Good night.
All right, so looks like we're ready to wrap up, aren't we? So, sure. First of all, I kind of want to thank everybody because everybody who was here, we had a lot of volunteers today. So this were 3 literally back-to-back races. We had like 30 minutes at most. So thanks to everybody who was volunteering for today. It was I had a really fun time, and I'm sure everybody else did too. I'm pretty sure Smitty's tired because he's been in here, I believe, from the very first Z2R race. So thanks to everybody. Thanks to the restreamers. Thanks as well to Shiro, who's been here the whole time as well, helping us not brewing anything. So thank you to absolutely everyone. So tomorrow we have an absolutely packed schedule, and when I say packed, I actually really mean packed. All the way from 12 p.m. EST, I believe. We basically have everything packed until 9 p.m. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. Definitely, there's a lot of stuff to watch tomorrow. So thank you to everybody. GG's to the runners. And if there's not any final thoughts, I think we can wrap this up.
Well, it's been a fun day. I'll see you guys next time.
Good night, everyone.